Warning, the following video might be too disturbing for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
In New Zealand, in 1967, George McCain opened an amusement park for children and teens, calling it Frails and Fun Amusement Park. The park was an instant hit for the locals. The nearby forest was unaffected by its building, so the locals saw no problem about its opening. No expense was spared in the building of the park, even being rated by a local newspaper a local Disneyland. So it was a shock to all when they abruptly closed it down in 1981. A fence was made around the park, and no one was allowed to enter, or the police would have to get involved. It was a shame. It closed, but there were definitive reasons. A month after the park opened, repairs had to be made for a few attractions. One was the dino ride. The ride consisted of singular little carts that drove slowly along into a path of trees, and alongside the trees were models of dinosaurs. When driving along, the cart went out of sight from the people who ran it, and people waiting to get on next. Strange things began happening on the ride. Carts that went behind other carts ended up in front of the first one on the way back. Carts would take twice as long to get around the track than they should usually take. At one point, when the dino ride was being tested, the workers sent the 6 carts one after another into the track to see if they worked. Only 5 came back. But the strangest thing about the ride is that people on the carts seemed unaffected by what was happening. They didn't even seem to notice that sometimes carts that went behind them ended up in front of them when they came back. Another possible reason was the sky coaster. Parts of the track on the roller coaster would randomly break. This was strange because the sky coaster was made of steel. When parts of the track broke, the pieces were never found. The park closed down soon after a figure was spotted wandering around the park. The person appeared to be male. He had dark black hair, which seems to be spiked with gel. The person looked about 20 years of age, quite young. This man had been spotted in the background of some family photos from the park. In every picture, he was looking at the camera, his head tilted slightly. He always had a large smile on his face. People who look at any photos he was in felt, quoting from a member of staff, uneasy. The man was never identified, and any staff working at the entrance didn't remember seeing the man enter any box. For this is unreliable information since staff don't remember everyone they see in the park. In security camera footage, it showed the man getting onto 2 rides, the dino ride and the sky coaster. It didn't take me too long to figure out something weird about that. To confirm my fears, it showed the man getting on the ride soon before anything strange happened on them. Security footage never showed the man getting off neither ride, but as I suspected, no one noticed a thing at the time. The reason the park closed down was because of the death of a 14-year-old boy who was found mutilated in the dino ride trees. Minutes before his death, he had a family picture taken, and the picture was the strange man. Only this time, he was right behind the 14-year-old boy. The strange man had the same look on his face as he had in every other picture he was in. The tilted head and the horrible grin. So that was Frails and Fun Amusement Park, a theme park themed creepypasta. And my thoughts on it? It's pretty good, and it has a more of a mystery feel to it than a horror feel to the story, since it has like more of a detective approach to it, since it's actually about the mystery about the amusement park being closed down for for unknown reason, which has a dark secret to it, which has something to do with the a strange man, which pretty much has something to do with the death of the 14-year-old boy. Yeah, 14-year-old boy. And also the music park in the story, the Frills and Fun Music Park is pretty much described as a local Disneyland, which I think that's pretty interesting, since Disneyland's like opened around the, I think around around the I think a couple years before Frozen Fun Amusement Park opened in this story. So that pretty much makes sense that you know it has like a slimmer style as like Disneyland, even if it wasn't like mentioned in the story. Besides the two rides that could be inspired by like the iconic rides in Disneyland, which are the Dino Ride and Sky Coaster, which is pretty interesting. And there's no horror moments in the story. That means there's no blood and there's no ghost moment, ghostly stuff in it. Just a simple detective mystery type of story with like a little bit of horror to it. Like by the end of it, with the strange man with the spiked up hair being responsible for the 14-year-old boy's death. And I felt bad for that kid. You know, he deserved better than that. So yeah. And anything else to say about this creepypasta? Well, it's pretty good, but didn't have anything horror moments in it. So there's that. So yeah, I just hope you guys enjoyed this creepypasta reading video on Rails and Fun Amusement Park. So like and comment video and subscribe more content. So this is Mr. Freddy here, and I hope you have a very good day. So bye.